let's explore the beauty of Earth within the confines of my board game room. Hey, I'm Will. This is Cardboard Matt. We like to play solo board games here. We do some reviews, some playthroughs, some stuff with multiplayer discussions as well. We'd love to hear what people like to see and do more of it. Doing this entirely as a hobby because I love playing board games, and I love doing content, and this is a chance to just showcase the games I love, or the games that I have interesting opinions on, or just things I want to do. So thank you for liking and subscribing. Now we're going to be doing a playthrough and review of Earth. This is designed by Maxime Tardif and published by Inside Up Games. And I also will give kudos to them, of course, always crediting their graphic design staff and editors and whatnot, because I mean, it's like the old expression that it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village to create a board game too. There's, especially when there's monstrous decks of cards like these that are just absolutely colossal. I'm not sure how many are actually in this game, but it is a absolutely huge amount. Does it say? I don't know if it says. Anyways, we have a playthrough here, and I will kind of walk you through how the game works as I play, so you'll get to kind of learn a little bit how it works. This is a solo game. I have it set up right now, but it will play, I believe, 1 to 5, and it will play, there's a team mode, which I don't really recommend. This is a action selection game, so you'll see kind of how that works as well. And I have here set up like a medium solo difficulty, so you'll get a feel for how the solo works and the scoring and stuff as well. And of course, I'll have timestamps so you can always jump to the end to see the review. So let's head down and begin. So right away, you'll see just tons of beautiful pictures on these cards. There is quite a lot going on in the cards, but the game itself is not too difficult to understand. This is my player board over here. However, we are on the solo side, so there is some kind of additional rules for what the AI will do when you select actions. Whereas if you're playing this on a multiplayer sided board, there would be instead a handy little kind of cheat sheet of what the different iconography means, and then it would show the actions based on multiplayer. And so in this game, you are essentially taking turns, in player order, selecting one of these 4 colors of actions, and then the person who did the selection gets the top part of the action that is shown on the player board, and then everyone else at the table will simultaneously do the bottom part, and then rotate the player marker and continue, and keep doing that until someone has completed a 4x4 grid of cards. The solo mode has an additional endgame timer, which is twice through the solo deck, so whichever happens first will win the game. Each player is handed a series of cards that they can choose which ones to place on their tableau as a starting setup. So you have some flexibility and some choice. I've kind of preset some of these just randomly, but I thought, I got to look at either sides of the cards and decide which ones I want. So we have first our island card, which has the volcano symbol, and this represents a lot of your starting resources and hand size and things, as well as maybe some ability or additional kind of things happening. Then you have your climate card, and the climate card will have maybe some actions on it to start off with, maybe some scoring. Mostly everything is just different actions on it, as well as some points and things. Everything should be, in theory, balanced through the point system. And of course, you'll see that there are icons on literally every single card at the top right, and this plays into a lot of the scoring. So here's my ecosystem card, which is one I start off with, which is going to add you see at the bottom of 3 points for every 2 mountain icons. So that is both on my setup board as well as in all the cards in my tableau. We have a kind of a communal board here where you are going to be racing to score different things. The advanced side has a, first person to get there scores the most style scoring, but the opposite side is a little more friendly if you would prefer to do it that way. There are 4 different creatures that allow for different variety in scoring, and everyone's going to score those if, of course, they meet that criteria. So it's essentially each animal has a different criteria on it, and the first person to get there will take their token and place it in that corresponding spot for scoring. And there are 2 more shared ecosystem cards, which are also scored by everybody, and a 7 points for the first person to fill out their tableau. Now the AI board is here, and it essentially kind of tracks things and gains points and whatnot based on some simplified versions of actions. It is also reactive to what you do, so you'll get a feel for not 100% what other players would do, but it does let you slightly control what the AI is capable of. So let's get my initial setup stuff, and then we'll kind of walk through how things go as I play. And so based on my island card, I get 10 cards from the top of the deck. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And yes, hand sizes can get pretty unreal. Then I'm going to have to recycle 4 cards from my hand into my compost pile. These are scored 1 point each at the end of the game. And there may or may not be additional scoring for that stuff. And I also get 6 dirt. And dirt is used for buying cards, essentially. So let's put these... I'm going to slide these down now so they better fit in the camera field. So 3, 4, 5, 6 dirt. And let's take a look at my cards. And some scoring. So I have some initial abilities. So on my island, I have cards with a snowflake symbol, cost 1 less dirt to play, which is nice. I have a blue ability where I can discard a card into my compost for dirt, and then I'm scoring based on mountains, which we saw. Over here, the Amazon Trail is scoring 3 points for every 4 cards in my compost. So there are certain actions that either allow you to either use the hand icon to discard cards from your hand into your compost, or the leaf with arrows around it, meaning it comes from the top of the deck. So that goes into your compost pile. And then I have Siberian Taiga, which is 2 points. So 2 points is the standard leaf design symbol. Cards with a tree value of 4 or less points. So we will get into that as we see the tree values, the heights, and that is I believe that is a completed tree point value. Alright, so let's take a look at some cards. So here's a good example here of a brown rot fungus. So you see at the top left is the dirt symbol of how much it costs to play. Below that is the leaves, that's how much points is costing in the game. We have description, like at the name. Top right is the icons for triggering different things. And then I have the tree value, so once it reaches a trunk height of 3, it'll be worth 4 points. I have spots to store growth tokens, and then I have a blue ability, so different cards have different colored abilities, that will trigger whenever the blue action is taken, and then there's some kind of flavor text, which is always much appreciated. So I'm looking for ice cards right now to play off my ability. It's always worth looking at the terrain cards to see if they're going to help me. Ooh, mountain cards cost 1 less. I'm going to want to hang on to that one. I think I do have to get rid of 4 to start the game. So I can hang on to anything that maybe might synergize with me and what I'm doing right now. Let's see. So we have 1 ice card, European White Birch, that works with A couple different scoring methods. That could be good. What else do I have for ice? Spearmint. Also likes cold climates. Juniper. Do I have other? Okay, that works well. More. And I have to get rid of, let's see, one more card. I have to keep one more card, get rid of one more. Let's see here. Something that allows me to grow more is probably good. So let's do that brown. Oh, do I have any mountains? I do have a mountain. The clamshell orchid. That's probably a good too. So the rest go into my compost. They can stay face down. I think there might be some cards that interact with them, but not typically. So this is what I have available to me right now. They're all pretty low dirt costs. I may want to get something like a terrain out early because it's going to give me some discounts on mountains. And I do get to go first. So let's see, let's go over what the different basic actions are now, and that will kind of explain how that works as well. And we'll kind of explain them as maybe as we select them. So let's do the most basic. We want to play some cards to our tableau. Now, we are restricted to a 4x4 grid, but that size and placement of the grid is not stuck until you've defined the edges, but the cards in relation to each other have to be built orthogonally outwards from, from the card that you've placed. So, let's see here. We have, let's do the first play a cards ability. So this is play 2 cards, and then draw 4 cards, and keep 1. And then when I do that, afterwards the AI will, from my 3 discards, they're added to his scoring. So whatever I get rid of, they score, which is not awesome. So let's start by this. Spend 2 dirt. Play a solidified magma. It's worth 5 points, and mountains are cost 1 less. And do I have anything that works? Well, I do want to start building out a bit of a tableau of goodies so I can actually get, actually activate things. Okay, no, that would be what I want here. I already have blue ability. I need to get some card draw. Okay, here's an interesting one. So the Juniper Playtricum Moss has an ability where it's going to be generating a growth for each of this type of plant in its row. And I did pick a few of those plants, so I may want to, a bunch of those plants. So I may want to actually build those all together. So let's build that one. It's got a mountain and a snowflake. So I'm going to get a reduction of 2, so it's been free to play. And I'm going to play that right there. Okay, so now I draw 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep 1. Now, whichever ones I don't keep go to the AI. So I don't want to necessarily hand him a whole bunch of points. Let's see, 2 points per orange. That may be a good terrain card, and it's got discounts. Oh, it costs 9 dirt, though. That's expensive. I do want to get flora with 6 things on growth on them. I want 5 more cards, each having 2 different abilities. I don't have any split. None of these have split abilities, which sometimes some cards have multiple abilities. 9 cards, each of a cost of 3 or less. So far, so good. And then 7 flora, each with 1 tree on it. So maybe we'll keep this Japanese boxwood. So that gives me just growth. Oh, card draw. The card draw is pretty useful, and that's the point 1. So we'll hand the AI these 3 cards, which thankfully is very low points for them. So that works out for me. Now we're going to draw a card from the AI deck. And okay, so it is a melee objective card. So this is probably one of the worst ones to draw right away. And it's choose either upper fauna objective. place 1 leaf token as Gaia. So immediately they're snagging the first point ones. If we were playing in beginner mode, we would skip Gaia's next turn, but we're playing on a medium difficulty. There are 4 different difficulty levels. So it's immediately going to take something. So let's give it the chameleon, because I hadn't even seen any double cards yet. So that is unfortunate for me. And it also has no ability on it. It's no, it's not triggering any actions because it's a brown card, which again is unfortunate for me because I would love to be able to trigger some stuff, and I don't think it gets to trigger anything immediately afterwards. Let's do a little. Yeah, so it basically just goes back to me. Okay, well, I'm already getting kind of low in dirt. I've got 4. I do kind of want to keep working on this little combo I have here. So, and I have a few options of what to play next to it. Let's see, we want some dirt. Okay, let's play the clamshell. Orchid will generate some... Oh, you know, the mountain fern moss makes more dirt. Let's do this one. So, I have a reduction of cost, so it's actually free to play. I am playing doing the green action selection again, so let me put that up here. So I'm playing 2 cards. This one is going to be free, and let's put this in line with this one. And I can play 1 more. Spearmint would give me stuff. I want some card draws because I'm not getting... I'm going to be burning a lot of cards here, and I want to get more cards in my hand. So let's play the Shaggy Mane discount. I'm going to put him up here because he doesn't match the other ones. So right now we've got 4 cards, and then we draw 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and keep 1. And nothing immediately jumps out as being useful, but remember the 3 discards go to the AI. I'm gonna not hand him the 9-pointer. However, any negative points, the AI will turn into positive points. So, haven't quite gone into any additional abilities yet, but we will get there. The AI is now going to do the teal ability. So this is where we're going to start explaining the teal ability. So if I selected the teal, I would gain 6 growth cubes, which would get placed on these locations at any point during the game, but not in between an action, not during the middle of an action, but you can do it at any other time. You can spend 3 growth for 2 dirt. Growth is also worth points at the end of the game, so it's good to do those. But in this case, because it's the AI's turn, we're going to be doing its version of the action. So I get 2 dirt or 2 cubes. I'm going to take the 2 dirt. And then, after you do the action, you then activate everything in your tableau with a matching color, left to right, top to bottom. So we are going to go through and activate, and then if you have any cards on your sideboard, you can choose those either before or after. So I am going to run through here. So first we're going to discard a card from my compost to draw 2. And then down here, get a cube for each of this plant type in this row. So there's 2. And you can put those cubes anywhere at the time you get them. I don't think it really matters to me right now. And then I'm going to go over here and I can take a card from my hand and put in my compost for 1 dirt. So, okay, so now it's getting 7, the AI is getting 7 cubes and then 1 cube for each of my blue abilities. So it's getting 10 cubes right now, which is a lot. Now, you could, so the cubes are tracked on, or the growth cubes are tracked on this giant track here. I find it extremely tedious to fill in every single square, so I'm just going to count groups of 5. So we've got 5, 10. So we're up to 10 cubes right now on the track, and I find that just keeps it a little easier to keep track of. All right, is back to my turn, and I am very low on dirt. Empty orthogonal space adjacent to terrain. Ooh, outside of island count. So I want this on the outside. Beach. That might be a good card to play. But I am low on dirt. I mean, I'm playing some very low cards. We do want to build some growth so we can get some of these cards, though, because some of these require growth, like the that one. Although I don't have any abilities that go off those yet. I could take this compost orange ability, which would gives me some more dirt, but I kind of want to play more cards first. Let's see here. Yeah, I think I need more cards in my hand to bury. So I'm going to take a yellow action. So the yellow action, I get to draw 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And put 2 tree tokens onto my flora fauna. Oh, you know what? That is not a good idea, because I only have room for 1. So, sorry, we're going to take those 4 back. I have not looked at them yet. We're not going to do that action, because it makes no sense for me. I only have room for 1. So, the tree abilities, how it works is the first number in the circle is how high the tree can grow using these tree trunk tokens that stack relatively nicely. And then once you've built the top one, you essentially are replacing the highest one with a cap, which shows that you've completed and are now that tree and are now scoring the right side. But seeing as how I only have a single tree, that does not make sense. We need to play some cards. So, I mean, I'm going to play some more cheap cards. That's kind of the strategy I'm going for right now. So, we're taking the play 2 cards action. We are going to... We have no yellow abilities. Okay, we're going to play this one's got a mountain, so it's a discount of 1. So, it's only going to cost me 2 dirt. And my second card... I could play another one in this line, or I could play that 9-pointer, which would be good. 3 for 5, double discount 6, 7, so that could be good. I don't know what the AI is going to pick though. I don't want to completely lose all of my dirt, just in case it reveals a green card and lets me build something. So I think we're going to go cheap. This is 0 cost. It's coming down here, and I think that's going to be our border is that way. I think will work best. And then I draw 4 cards and keep 1. And let's see, I don't want to give it any... Ooh, 1 point per card costing 3 or less. I have a lot of those right now. So let's... Although I'll be giving the AI 8 points if I hand these over. Still, I think that one is going to be best for me. So let's hang on to that and give it these cards. Alright, back to the AI. Flip. Oh, it's not a brown one. Okay, so choose either the lower fauna and it gains that objective. So let's see, what am I least likely to get? 9 cards each with a cost of 3 or less. No, let's give it the 7 flora with a small amount of things. Is probably the best because I'm closest to maybe these 2. 4, 5, 6. So I have 6 cards ready that are almost there. Okay. I don't know if I want to start. I need some dirt. I think we're just going to have to go for dirt. So we're going to take the orange action. I have a couple cards I could discard if needed. So the orange action, I'm going to get 5 dirt, and the AI is going to... Oh, sorry. And compost 2 cards from the deck. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5. And compost 2 cards. Now, the reason I'm keeping this dirt separate for now is because I have to treat the rest of my engine, and then when the AI goes, it is going to gain things based on how much dirt I got this round. So now we're going to go through. I have no orange over here, and then we have a compost card from hand, and gain 2 dirt, and then gain another dirt, and compost 2 cards from hand. Uh-oh, I kind of wanted both of these. So there's 1. And actually, I think you can choose to take or do less. So that's kind of a point less for me, but I want those 2 cards pretty badly. All right, so now the AI is going to compost 2, and I gained 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's going to compost an additional 4 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards in compost. All right, and now the dirt is belonging to me. AI is, oh, okay, now it's got another orange card. So we are going to get 2 dirt, or compost 2. I think we're going to take the, maybe we'll take the compost 2, because I kind of have a lot of dirt already. So compost 2, and then activate orange. So we're coming down here. I'm not going to trash a card, and I will gain the dirt from that and not trash 2 cards. This is kind of bad timing for me here. And then, oh, sorry, I gained 3 dirt total. No, I didn't. I took the compost instead. So I only gained 1 dirt. So it's going to take 8 cards and then a dirt per dirt I gained. So the AI is going to count up to 10 dirt that has, and then it's going to dump those 10 dirt and compost 5 cards. But because of his action, it's going to get 8 right now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm hoping I'm not missing anything. That tends to happen when I'm trying to explain and play at the same time. Okay, on to me. I desperately need some cards, but I can also play these. I have room for tree trunks now. I have no yellow action. So let's take the yellow action. So I'm going to draw 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, which I need for being able to dump things from my kind of engine I built here. And then take 2 tree trunks. And both of these trees are only requiring 1. So they're going to go just straight up to the canopies. The colors do not matter, but they are now full. So I'll be getting 1 point for this one and 3 points for here. And then the AI is going to get a canopy for every card drawn by me this turn. So I drew 4 cards, and therefore it will be getting 4 canopy. So canopy are tracked here, and it's going to kind of build up and then cap off things and move to the next tree. So I'm going to do kind of the same thing as my track over here. I'm going to work towards building a tree, and then I'm going to remove the tree and leave the cap, because it never removes trees afterwards, just to make it simpler to calculate. All right, now we are, oh no, okay. Did not need this. So grow, 2 tree growth or 2 cards. I'm going to take the cards because I have no more trees to grow. Activate yellow and wilds. So I haven't explained wilds yet. Whenever you have a multicolored action, it could be activated at any time, but I have none. And then it's going to get 7 trunks, and then a trunk per card drawn by me this turn. So it's going to get 9 trunks. So we're going to go 5, 6, sorry, 1, which is enough to hit it to the top. Another 4, and then this is capped off, so we're at 5 now. 6, 7, 8. And 9. So 9 trumps. And that was a lot of points for it already. As it fills rows, it will gain 25 points for filling the row, as well as points for each tree. So it is quite impactful for it. Alright, back to me. I am absolutely flush with cards and stuff to do. So should I play or run my engine? I guess I should play. Cards, anything new and interesting? Cat grass. I do want some more low-cost cards. That would fit in with that. Cost of less than 3. The cactus would go well with that. I am scoring cards of a tree value of 4 or less. So I do want some small trees. So these would qualify. That would qualify. That as well. Ooh, damn, that's good. Oh, okay, potato plant. Okay, we'll do this one first. So I get discount because it's nice. So spend 2. And this gets a cube per same symbol as this one in this column. So I'm going to play it up here because I've got 2. And did I draw any more? I drew a cat grass. Yeah, we're going to do that one. So that one's free, and it's, I mean, doubly free because of the mountain. So it didn't cost me anything. And there is a Panther Chameleon is 5 cards. Oh, no, sorry. The American Bison is 4 flora, each with 6 slots for cubes. And so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have just completed our first objective here. And do we qualify for the next one yet? 9 cards. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not yet. We're not quite at the Western Honeybee, but hopefully I can get there before the AI does. Like this. Then we draw 4 cards, keep 1, and give them the rest. Let's see here. Oh, draw cards. That could be nice. I don't have anything scoring for trees in column. I have no trees in column. I don't want to give them a 4-pointer though, so I'll take that card and give the AI these ones. Now it's on for the AI's turn. Flip. Okay, it's a plant. So I get to plant 1, draw 1, and activate my green abilities, of which I currently have none. So plant 1. This will get me up to the honeybee, which is perfect. Do I have an extra plant to play in this area? I do. Okay, so I'm going to... Oh, that's a 7. That would not be enough to get me into that Western Honeybee, and they're about to shuffle, so they might score that soon. So I think I'm going to have to do that right away. So I'm going to play the Permafrost, which I have a mountain discount and a ice discount, so that will be free. And we're going to stick it down here somewhere. And now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards with a cost of 3 or less. And that gives me the next objective, which is great because I'm not getting anything right now for the chameleon. And I might eventually get the pale-billed woodpecker, but I need more growth. Alright, so I played a card, I draw a card, and then the AI is going to add just 3 cards straight off the top to its scoring pile. Which, okay, alright, that's kind of pretty lucky there. There are some cards that are worth a lot of points, but are very expensive to play. And I'm very glad that they don't just get those for free. Alright, on to me. So far this is going very smoothly. I still got tons of resources, so which we can't really see on camera here. I guess I should have put dirt over here to make it a little easier for you guys to see. So, I don't know if that's easier or harder. I'm going to take the build action again. And this one is going to... No, it's good for that, but it's bad for everything else. I want floor, each with one or more tree thing. I want empty orthogonal space. Okay, so maybe we'll play the beach. So here we have, it costs 7, and I have both mountain and ice discounts, so it's only going to cost me 5. So 3, 4, 5, and this gives me 4 points for each empty orthogonal space adjacent to this terrain outside of island counts. So I'm just going to stick it in the corner here. You know what? Yeah, in the corner here. So it's 8 points, and it's also worth 9 already, which is awesome. And then I need some more growth. Anything with double abilities? 2 different abilities? No, nothing. I mean, this one does, but I don't think I'm ever going to get 5. So that would have to be most of my last cards would all have to qualify. So I could play this tall blue stem bush, which would combine well with this. So this is another 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, it's everything I have. No discounts. But that's fine. I'm happy with my engine here. I'm going to move all these up so you guys can see them better. There we go. Okay, and then draw 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can keep one of them in hand. I will just take the most expensive one, I think. Although Sunflower is also nice for my combo. I'll keep the Sunflower. Alright, AI's turn. So that's the first time through the deck. One more time through, and the game is over. Alright, and first they have yellow. So I can gain up 2 tree trunks or 2 cards. I'm going to take the 2 tree trunks. And then activate yellow, and then they gain tree trunks per cards by you. Okay, so we're going to put, let's see, we'll cap, so there's 1 here. And 2, so that's another cap here. And then we activate yellow. And the only yellow ability I have is down here, and this is pay 2 dirt. Oh, I don't have 2 dirt. I also don't have 3 cubes. Bad timing on that one. If I had 1 more cube, I could have gone 2 dirt, and it paid for that. But I can't. So, let's see. And then it's going to get 7 plus 1 per card I drew. I drew no cards. So that will be 7 tree trunks. So we're going to count these up here. So there's 1, 2, 3, oh man, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, that's a lot of points. Okay, now I need to run some dirt making schemes, so let's go over here. We're going to get 5 dirt, keep it separate until we calculate for 5 dirt. They will get 1 card per 2 dirt again. Okay, so 5 and compost 2. And then we go through here. I can compost 1 from hand. Okay. To gain 2 dirt. And then gain a dirt and compost 2 from hand. I think those 2 can both go. And that is it there. So I've gained 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that means they get 4 cards in their compost. 2, 3, 4, plus an additional 2. So this is essentially just a score tracker for them. But I got some more dirt now. That's good. All right, they are going to... do I have enough floor enough yet? 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't. Okay. So now, blue card. So 2 growth, or 2 dirt. I'm going to take the growth. And then activate blue. Okay. Yeah, okay. So here we have a cube for each thing in this column. There's 4. So that's 4 cubes. And they don't have to go specifically on this card, but I am going to put them there anyways. 4, and then I can remove a compost, draw 2 cards. Sure, I'll do that. And then gain a cube and compost a card. And then get a cube for each one in that row. This worked out really well for me. There's another, because that's another 4 cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 2 more cubes. That was great. All right, and then they're going to gain 7 plus 1 for each. Oh, I forgot this action. I can chunk another card for a dirt. All right, so they're going to get 7 cubes plus a cube for each blue ability I have. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we're at 5, 10, 13. And we'll just use that as the tracker in case you're skipping ahead. I'm just using this as groups of 5s for counting because it's very fiddly to fill all those of cubes. And it will take a long time. Okay, so I'm pretty flush with dirt now. I have cards I want to play. I also want some tree trunks, but I want things to put them on. So let's play some more cards. Okay, this is going to cost me 2 for the painted nettle. And here's a rainbow action, so that triggers any time. And then I'll play 3 for the sunflower. And this gives me tree trunks per this type of plant in this row. So that's been amazing. I've been drawing a lot of those. Then I draw 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep 1. Let's hang on to who counts as all floor types on score and copy 1 red ability. Oh, that's pretty good, but it's worth 0 points. It costs 8. I think I'm going to hang on to the 6 pointer just to give it less, give the AI less. All right, AI's turn. Oh, and do I have 7 floor each with 1 or more plants? No, 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to get 3 more plants. Okay, a card. So I get to play a card, draw a card, and activate green. Is there anything I want to play right now? Let's do this guy. So it's going to cost me 3 because I have a discount. I'll play him here. And then I get to draw a card, activate green. I have no greens to activate. And then it's going to top deck 3 cards and add it to its tableau. Ooh, there's some good points for the AI. And on to me, I think it's time to put some tree trunks. So draw, and also getting low on cards. So draw 4 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I got to remember how many, I'm going to set this aside, so I remember how many cards I drew for the AI. And then I get 2 tree trunks. 1, 2, and then we activate yellows. So nothing, 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 nothing. Here, spend 2 dirt. I'm going to use the conversion of 3 cubes for 2 dirt, which is spending points, but I need it. So spend 2 dirt for 4 of these. And I'm going to hold on to these for a second here, and I'm going to compost, remove a compost for an additional 1, and then 1 for each of these in a row. So this is 3 more. Again, I'm going to figure out where these go now. So I want to spread them out first for that point scoring card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then we gotta maximize the points here. So 2, 3, and then 2, 3, because those are all shorties, and then 2, 3. So we've completed all those. We now have completed the 7th floor, each with 1 plant or more. So that works out pretty well for me. And we have drawn 4 cards. So they're going to get, the AI is going to get 4 tree trunks. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Game's not over yet. Next card. Okay, so I can either recycle 2 or get 2 dirt. I may have to get the dirt because I'm pretty low on dirt. So 2 dirt, and then activate orange or rainbow. So here we have trash a card for 2 dirts. I think I will do that for 2 dirts, and then getting a dirt, and we'll put 2 more cards in the compost. Oops, turn these around. Let's see, 1. Oh, that's a pretty good. 1, 2, and then down to here we can remove one of these to put another tree here. Okay. Oh, I forgot to count how much dirt I got. Let's see here. So I got 2, 3, 4. So I got 5 dirt. So it's gonna, the AI is gonna gain 5 dirt, and it's gonna bury 8 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And stack. All right, on to me. Do I have enough to finish the game before it scores more things? I don't think I have enough to play 2 more cards at once. That's a little much. I will get a couple more turns though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope. Okay, so I need to get some more dirt still. I'm pretty low. So we're going to take... but do I want to trash more cards? Will I get dirt from other actions? Yellow tree trunks. I'm almost out of space for tree trunks. Teal gives me lots of cubes, which is a lot of points still. I want to get a couple dirt, so let's do that. So I get 6 cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 cubes and 2 dirt. And then we activate teal. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then there. And then we have cube for each shrub or whatever in my column. So it's an extra 4. That's a great combo. I'm going to score a lot of points there. I can remove one of these for 2 cards, which is great as well. Gain a cube and trash a card. Let's get rid of... Not by trash, I mean compost, not trash. Cube for each thing in this row. So that's 4 more cubes. Kind of lucked into this great combo here. Okay, down here we have 2 more cubes. So I'm getting pretty full. And then we have remove or recycle to gain 3 growth. Not growth, tree trunks or whatever. I'm only going to be able to fit 2. But that's fine, I'll lose that extra 1. So I cap this guy off. And then rainbow, I could lose a compost for another tree trunk, but I'm not going to. Alright, and then it's going to gain a cube for each of my teal actions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 7, 8. All right, here we go. Choose either upper fauna objective, place 1 leaf token. So he's going to gain the other one. Back to me, and that means the last card has got to be another brown card. Can I... So that means I'm not going to get our action. I'm going to have to do a build, and let's see if I can finish off my tableau here. What works best for me? That's a 4. Counts as all floor types when scoring. I don't think I need floor types for scoring. It's a double ability, but I don't have enough double abilities. I'll never gain enough tree trunks for this, but it's worth a lot of things. Card. Oh, wait. 2 points per card with a tree trunk value of 4 or less. So the card value. Okay, so that one works, and I think that just works too. I think we're going for point things here. How much do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I could play that. Counts as everything. But nothing have scores for fauna. I have stuff that scores for mountains. So let's focus on the mountains, maybe. Yeah, okay. So we're going to spend a discount of 2, so that's only going to be 3. To play... Oops. Oh no! Knocked over some trees. And then this one is also going to get a discount, so it's free, and that's going to place there. So I am done. Now... Oh, should I play that one? Actually, I think the Mountain Laurel, instead of paying that one, that was the wrong one, because I needed smaller cards. So instead of paying 3... I'm going to play an additional, so 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to play that one instead. Alright, then I draw 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep 1, and the AI gets the rest in points. Look at that stack, it's crazy. if you're not seeing it, the AI is scoring all these cards, as well as all these cards. So it's a little wild. Alright, and then since I was the first player, the AI is going to go again, and that's the brown card. So that's going to go there. Also, I nearly forgot, I also was the first to fill in my tableau, which, I mean, only the AI is not capable of filling it in. But I got that. So not too bad. I got 3 objectives. I got the fill tableau. And cards in hand are not worth anything, so let's move on to scoring. So, let's see. So points on the cards themselves are going to count. So we have 1, 3, 4, 7, 12, 21, 22, 23, 27, 29, 32, 34, 35. And the AI is going to score every single one of these cards. So this is where this game is going to take a little long. It's mathing out the AI score. So 2, 3, 4, 11. They score negatives as positives. So 15, 17, 18, 22, 23, 25, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 35, 37, 41, 45, 49, 51, 52. It's actually not that bad. I've had worse cards. Alright, so the lightning cards, I actually didn't play any. I didn't find any that were useful. They're kind of elemental cards that do immediate actions that don't enter your tableau. I didn't find those useful, and the AI doesn't actually play any of those. Now points per compost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 for me. And the AI has a massive stack here because it was getting like 8 at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 28. Woo! 28. And now for cubes. So we have 6, 10, 16, 18, 24, 26, 29 cubes for me. Oops. And the AI is at 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 31, right? 10, 20, 31. So actually almost the same. And then we have tree trunk growth. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 17, 22, 26. I had no partially finished ones. And then here the AI is going to get... is that up to 25? Let's see, 7, 13, 18, 22. Okay, so one full row is 25. So 25, 28, 32, 37, and then 37, 38, 39, 40 points. So it gets a lot of these points because it doesn't score bonus cards, which is why hopefully I'll be able to make up on that. All right, so let's do the fun stuff after. Or by fun stuff, I mean let's do the surprise calculations after. We'll head down to the animals. So I only got 3, so I got 30, 41, and it got 30, 41, 52. And then we have the terrain cards. The only ones I got that scores this one, which is 8 points. And I already calculated the one on top of it. So that was a small amount. And then we have the ecosystem cards. So mine is 3 points for every 2 mountains. So let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 mountains. So that's 6 times 3 is 18 points. And next one, we have 3 for every 4 cards in my compost. So my compost had 16 cards, right? So divided by 4, so that's 4 units of 3, which is 12 points. And then lastly, 2 points for every card with a tree value of 4 points or less. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 16 points, because it just wants potential of trees, not... Yeah, so it's the scoring, it's the leaf one of 4 points or less. Okay. Oops, I put that in the wrong spot. 16. And AI gets nothing and nothing. And now we do some math. All right, and we're back with the power of a calculator on my phone, which I had to take down from my setup here. And unfortunately, I lost. I got 201 points, and the AI scored 203. So very close. And as you saw, I got a pretty fantastic combo too. I really managed to get a lot of things working together. So that's unfortunate that I was off by 2 points. Could that have been the dirt I exchanged? You know, the cubes I exchanged for dirt? That would have been 3 points there. But I needed the dirt, so we'll see. And that is a game of Earth. Alright, so first, before we get on to the main review of the game, I will cover the solo part first. And I will say the solo is pretty easy to manage. You know, it does fight you directly as an AI. It's not a beat your own high score mode, which is nice. However, I do think it is largely unfair in far as solo goes. It is because I don't know if I've ever beaten this as a solo. It always scores just ridiculous numbers of points, even when I like really milk a great combo of stuff. Here, I mean, you could say get good, but I mean, if you watch the gameplay, I thought things went very well and everything coordinated very well. I got most of the objectives, like scored very well on a lot of the other stuff. Oh, did I forget the 7 points? You know what? I forgot the 7 points for finishing my tableau first. If anybody noticed that before I did, good for you. Because there's not a spot on the scoring sheet for that. So I actually scored, assuming this is the, would that be the animal board, or the ecosystem board? The animal board, maybe? So I actually got 48 points, not 41 points. So I did beat the AI with 208 versus 203. Wow, okay, so I did beat it. But as you saw, the AI scores a ridiculous number of points, and you really have to do well to beat it. You saw some of my quality of life adjustments. Don't bother putting every single little cube on the AI board. One little knock and they all fall everywhere. It's easier just to track it. Even the trees, you could just count whatever the highest valued one is, because it scores everything before that. You have to do them in order, so you could even simplify that as well, just to make that easier. And you really have to not feed it the big cards. We didn't get any really in this game, but it would have been very easy to hand it some of those like big 10-pointer cards, like you know, the lake is 10 points. You know, there is definitely several of these large scoring cards that would have definitely lost me the game. I was pretty lucky that I was able to. Okay, I was pretty lucky that I was able to not feed it cards that were worth a lot of points, which was excellent. All right, since I keep knocking over the trees here, let's look at components. And so first, the boards are okay quality. Mine are all warping a little bit, but not too terribly. They're pretty standard boards. They look like they're, you know, they look like they were made of recycled paper, but is that just a printed on design and it's not actually recycled is a good question. I'd have to see it closer, but it might be a recycled paper, which is, you know, good for them. I think they did want to use all natural things to make the game, which makes sense, being a game centered around Earth. I wish the scoring tokens were a little bit bigger, but that's fine. The dirt is very small and fiddly. Whatever, cubes, like, it's all fine. Really. The cards, however, while they're a decent thickness, they definitely could be slightly better quality. Also, they're not your standard, like, playing collector card size. For example, like a Pokemon or Magic, which most board games are. Most board games are that size of card, which makes sleeving this game significantly more difficult, significantly more expensive if you're into that. So that's a minor knock. It's more of an afterthought. There is just an absolute monster number of cards here that comes with this game. And so, like, not including the ones in our scoring decks, there is a huge amount of variability, both in terms of what you can play, but also in terms of, like, animal cards. There is a ton of animal cards. Double-sided for more options. Climate cards, same thing. Island cards, which are like your setup, are also the same thing, double-sided. And then the ecosystem cards, there's even more of those, and they are also double-sided for even more variability. So it's absolutely huge. There's not really any unique strategies that go through this. There's, I'm pretty sure, a kind of equivalent versions of cards for each type of plant type, for each ecosystem type, and so on. I'm pretty sure it's a pretty even spread from what I've seen. The ones that I was milking about getting growth cubes for matching cards in a row, there are equivalents to the different plant types as well that do that. Obviously, the larger, larger trees have larger tree sizes and things, which makes sense. And that will kind of come down to kind of my last component thing, which is both a pro and a con. So these wooden pieces for building your tree trunks, are super cool in thought, and they do stack, but they're not all cut out equally the same. So sometimes you get ones that don't fit quite as well into each other, and then the whole thing becomes wobbly and is teetering everywhere. Especially once you put the caps on top. Not only are they very easy to knock over, but the fact that they don't actually all stack into each other nicely means that you are going to have some issues with trying to get them to stack. Maybe try to have the wonky ones in the bottom or something so that they don't make things fall over. It's a minor thing, slight quality control, but for the most part, they're pretty good. Alright, so in terms of gameplay, this is asymmetric, so it means that not asymmetric, sorry. It is simultaneous, which means that most people are doing things kind of at the same time, but you do have a control over a selected action. So this is a lot like, for example, Puerto Rico or Race for the Galaxy San Juan. There are a lot of games now with that type of action selection, but that works well. It does mean that you can play it at a higher player counts, and it goes just as fast as a lower player count. For the most part, you don't get to pick your own actions as often, which are slightly stronger, but it doesn't really extend the time a whole lot. But you will be fighting for things more at higher player counts than lower player counts. You can potentially get kind of pigeonholed to do well. You really have to go after those central goals and at least hit them somewhere on the point markers, I think, in order to win versus other players. Because the player who has the best synergy and scoring goals will likely be the one that wins, which is, a bit of a slight knock if they're starting cards, which you do have enough selection from your starting cards, and they're double-sided, so you can kind of choose ones that work best with the ones on the communal tableau, and it kind of gets you there. But some people may luck into cards that are just great for achieving the goals on these central cards, so that could seem a little unfair, and that players are getting those scoring more easily or even at all. Right? Like drawing the 5 cards with 2 different abilities. I think I don't even saw 1 or 2 cards in the entire game that even had that. And just out of luck of not getting those. So I wasn't even able to achieve that goal, so I had to do other things. Same for scoring terrain cards. You might luck into some terrain cards. So there's definitely a fair amount of luck in this game in terms of the card draw, but you are typically getting enough card draw throughout the game that, right, like I essentially had all these cards in my hand at some point, plus a few other ones and these. And there are ways to kind of increase that, or based on actions or other card draw abilities. There, I just knocked over another one. So you are, you do kind of mitigate the luck a little bit by just the sheer amount of card draw. And there is still a fair amount of strategy here, how you're going to build your engine, what colors you're going to kind of focus on, and how you're going to go to work, adjacency bonuses and things, iconography, like the set collection-y type, getting mountains or whatever. Things do gel together quite well, and overall, I do really enjoy that type of card-based engine building. Stuff like Race for Galaxy. If you watched my top 10, there's a fair number of engine building type games that I scored very highly on my top 100, and even in my top 10. I do like my engine building games, and cards really help facilitate variety in engine building. So maybe I'm slightly biased towards that. I will mention briefly from a graphic design perspective, because that is kind of my primary trade. The overall graphic design and look of this game is excellent. Everything is very clean and clear, and iconography is very clear and looks good. The choice of using pictures instead of art, generally I would advise against that. Like, there are a lot of games where using stills from a movie, from an IP, just looks bad. Taking a screenshot from a movie never looks good on a card. Ever. Please don't do it. It is the worst. And then kind of the next worst would be bad stock images. Like Terraforming Mars has some of the worst stock image use or abuse in-game. AI generating, we're getting into the territory of AI generating nowadays. And that's also generally frowned upon, because if you're spending a lot on a board game, you want a curated experience. And current, as of like early 2024, AI art generation has a lot of wonkiness depending on how well you kind of tweak it afterwards. Now, however, this is all stock photography, and probably none of it was taken by the by the people who created this game. However, because the theme is Earth, I think that makes it work. That means that since they're all natural things that you know and recognize, having actual pictures of those things that it says that they are, says, oh, this is what a panther chameleon actually looks like, because it is a picture of that thing. So that is super cool. Also, all of the artwork was handled very well. It was all, color balanced very well for the printing and the cards. Framed and cropped well. So their usage of stock photography for this was also very well done. So again, kudos to the M81 Studio and Yulia Sozanik for their, while it's a tough call possibly to use this type of artwork, and it is cheaper, than hiring an artist, but they handled the photography artwork very well, which I think was great. So this is going to get a pretty strong recommendation from me if you like engine building card games, if you like this sort of set collection-y, racing to get objectives games, works well. Simultaneously actions, it works well for higher player counts. The solo is also great and works very well, even though it's exceptionally difficult. Even though I played at medium difficulty, if I played it hard, I don't think I would have come even close to win it. But it still kind of keeps pace with you and makes you do little things, and feels a little bit like you're playing with another player to an extent. It's easy to manage. I've already talked about that earlier. So this also works very well for solo. When it came out, the price point was also very reasonable for what you got in the box too, which was excellent. So this is getting a great recommendation from me. Other games of this type that you might like, or if you like those games, you might like this one. I mentioned, did I mention? Race to the Galaxy has a similar selection, but more in-depth kind of comboing and engine building would be my top pick. It's a little harder to get into. Also, Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition. So not the base Terraforming Mars, but the Ares Expedition also has an action selection mechanism, much like this one. with some slight differences, and also gives you a great engine building feel in a different method. It's different enough that there's room for both in your collection, and you'll probably love that if you like this, and vice versa. So that's it for me. I'm Will. This has been Cardboard Minute. Please like and subscribe, and let me know. Recommend me some engine building card games. I'm always looking for stuff of this genre. I do love it a lot. If you want to see any playthroughs, I do have a Race for the Galaxy playthrough and an Ares Expedition playthrough. If you want to see anything else, please send me a comment below. And thanks again for watching.